steady hand. I know you know my son starts school in Florida soon, so I'm praying to you that you teach his mother how to keep a steady man. I pray that my little girl grows up with her mother's face and stays free of sin. Scratch that. Don't let her grow up. Keep her young. Let her forever cherish the memories of waking up to the smell of pancakes and cinnamon, because one day they'll be replaced by the scent and sin of men who lust for her innocence. Men like me who know how to burn a woman's heart hotter than the hell we come from. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
I know I've seen thy kingdom come in more than one Brooklyn soup kitchens. I pray thy will be done every time the Packers take this field. Thank you for 75-degree days on earth, as I'm sure it is in heaven. You've given me so much more than daily bread. I have feasted on days I should have starved without even saying grace. It's a wonder I still have the tongue to speak your name. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
I can't remember my last confession or the last time that I was in your house. I try to look past the pastors that worry about driving home expensive cars instead of driving home your message with God. Sometimes it's hard. And sometimes I want to ask, were the last days last week? Do you weep when you see your children carrying loaded 22s in their palms instead of Psalms 22 in their heart? But God, I shouldn't even be asking that. All I really want to say is, dear God, I'm not asking for anything. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me the greatest gift, the gift of a second chance.
This is how I know you've forgiven my trespasses. And Javon still being here is how I know you've forgiven those who trespass against us. Lead me not into temptation unless she's butterscotch colored with wash and go hair. Body like a pin-up girl and a cook like Martha. Sing like Aretha and walk like Tina. With the ability to hold me down, I need delivering from evil. May my heart and my bank account always be full. Pancakes fluffy, hands available for your work.
I will always be available for your work. I stand before you with my 4 brothers all alive past the days of 25. I've gone through different phases, walked through the valley of shadow of death to these stages, betrayed by Judas and Cain, took trips with 2 with Cain, like I'm Noah, like I know you better than that, like my parents taught me better than that. That's why I solemnly swear to get this right, including my marriage life, and not have as many wives as Solomon. Dear God.
I only have one question. Was it me? Or was my ex really that freaking crazy?
She's not crazy.
I mean, what up, God? And I ain't asking what up, God, like I'm from New York or something. I'm asking for real. Like, what up, God? Like, how you doing? How you living? You all right, God? I'm sure not enough people ask you how you doing. You all right, God? You good? Huh? What? Silly, God. God, silly. So you just gonna talk about him in a front row like that? See, my God is a comedian. Prior, before Benny has more heart than heart.
Dear God, speak to me in a way that I understand. I'm not a fan of reading between lines. I'm having a hard time deciphering what it is you want me to do. I have 2 voices sitting on my shoulders and I don't know what's more confusion. Which one is right or which one is wearing the white? See, where I come from, the only angels we see come in the form of blue jets during Fleet Week and are only there for our entertainment. And just at a young age, we know that's the closest that any of these angels we're ever going to get. So we're left to live off hope that one day we too can share those same skies with them. But just like that, they're gone as quickly as they came, and it's back to the same stuff on a different day. And I'm left here on earth to pray that one day you will hear me when I say,
Dear God, I've been pronouncing your name incorrectly. I wrote it down wrong, and I've been saying it that way ever since. God, I'm not sure why you stick around after the nights where I've cursed into the sky, hoping that you hear me. God, do you hear me?
This isn't funny anymore. I mean, how do I tell my 3-year-old nephew that his pawpaw may not live long enough to see how bright the sun will shine on his next birthday because cancer, a sick joke that only you seem to get, is a lot like cancer? How do I speak to a 3-year-old with the funeral procession exiting my throat? I told you that gods need people more than people need gods.
I've looked you in the face and said you are nothing without me. I'm sorry for treating you like a slot machine inside of heaven's casino, throwing quarters into the face of salvation, hoping a blessing will still have the nerve to kamikaze into my lap.
I'm sorry for being more of a test than I am testimony.
Dear God, do you ever get tired of being the glass that we break when all of the options have failed? Dear God,
do you ever hate being the honest insurance policy long after we fail to keep up the payments?
Do you ever hate the sound of our voices?
Do you get disgusted when we ask you for something without thanking you for everything that you've already done? Do you ever get pissed when we take credit for our own success? I imagine
trap with a closed mouth. I imagine